Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Jeanette at Make Sweet Memories, and I just received the newest collection from Creative Memories. It's called Serene Waters, and it has the most stunning colors of blue and peach. You are going to love this collection. So I wanted to show you some ideas so you could dig into it too. It's perfect for summer, for anything at the water. So let's dig into it. Look at these colors. They're amazing. I have always been a blue and peach girl. And when I saw a border done with this collection, I knew I wanted to do it. Look at how beautiful those colors are together. Look at this paper. If you have any water sunset pictures, you just need this collection. It is just stunning. Such amazing combinations. They just called to you, right? That aqua color, it's one of my very favorites. So when I saw this, I knew that I had to get it. I saw a border that was made by Chrislyn Matei, who is a regular blog contributor for Creative Memories. And I love what she did. And I knew you guys would want to do it as well. The other thing that I wanted to show you is the brand new Rolling Sails Border Maker cartridge. There's some really fun things you can do with this. And after looking at the On the Road Border Maker cartridge last year, and I started playing around with it, I really like this rocking kind of movement in a Border Maker cartridge. And I found there's some really fun things you can do with the spacing there that I wanted to share with you. So let's dig into this. So the first thing we're going to do is pull some of the papers that we'll be using. Look at how beautiful these papers are. Just, oh, the color combinations. You're just going to love it. So we're going to start with the base, which is this darker kind of splotchy navy abstract pattern. And we're going to cut a piece that's 3 1/4 inches wide. Okay, so that's going to be our base. 3 1/4 by 12 inches here. Okay, that's the first piece that you want to cut. And then we're going to do something with the white to create a really nice contrast piece next to this darker. So we're going to use the stamping blade. Let's see. Is that right? That's what we want to use. Maybe the wave blade. Let's do the wave blade. And we're going to use the white paper. And let's just pop in the wave blade. You're going to have to help me remember to change that. You know how that goes. Okay, so then we're going to go to 2 3/4 of an inch. So we're just going to go inside a little bit. And we're going to use the wave blade. Flip it around. And trim that other side as well. Okay, just the very edge of it. And this is what looks so beautiful. When you have something dark like this, and then you're building inside, and you have this cute edge. Okay, so this one, again, was 2.75 by 12. Okay, we'll put that down here. And then the next piece is this gorgeous aqua color. Isn't that beautiful? It goes kind of dark to light in here. And this aqua color is going to be 2.5 inches wide. So you see how we're just moving. Oh, I knew I'd do that. I knew I would do that. Doggone it. I need to put my straight blade back in. I know, you guys, that happens to all of us, right? All right, I'm just gonna leave that for another time. I'm sure I'll use it. Just cut that off, and we're gonna go 2.5. You know how you just have the feeling you're gonna do it? I really did have a feeling I was gonna forget. All right, so now we're at 2.5, and this is gonna lay down right in the middle. See how pretty that is? And then it's gonna lay down right here. So let me get my adhesive. Move those out of the way and get my adhesive and actually tack these down. Okay, so just some fun layers going top to bottom. But what's fun about this is all of this contrast, right? Just looks so pretty. To add these layers, let's get it right in the middle. Isn't this beautiful? Just makes you want to jump in like it's water, right? Okay, the next step is we're going to take our medium circle from the custom cutting system and the green blade, and we're going to cut on the inside track with the green blade right here. And we're going to do it on with this nice yellow paper. You can see I've been here before, right? Let me get my mat. And you're going to cut multiple circles with the green blade. The only trick to this is you have to make sure that both feet are in the track. Okay, and then you have no problems. So make sure both feet are in the track. And I like to go around more than once just to be sure there's a clean cut. Okay, so we need 5 of these circles. Now, this is such a fun pattern, and there's lots of ways to vary it. But I'm going to start with the way Kristen made it, and then we'll talk about some ways that you can adapt it if you choose to. Okay, there's our circle there. My nails are keeping me from grabbing these the way I want to. Okay. Okay, so we have our 5 circles, and if you have any little rough edges, I can see I have just a few right here. If that happens to you, just kind of try to smooth them out. We are going to layer some things on top, so don't worry too much if you see something like that. Like this has got just a little bit off right there. Don't stress about those, but I can see some little hanging pieces where it shifted. Oh, that one did too. Just a teeny bit. Okay. So now you have these 5 circles here. Put it over where you can see it. Okay, so we just kind of space them so they're kind of even. Give yourself an idea of where you're going there with the spacing. And then what we're going to do is cut some circles here, and we're going to gradually come down so the colors go from this rosy pink down into the darker blue. And one really fun thing about this set, it already has 2 embellishments that are sized to fit right inside here perfectly. So this is something great to notice, is take a look at your embellishments, and no matter what collection you're in, do they have circles? Do they have stickers that are this size so that you could layer them inside of something and use them? Because that is going to add a really nice effect for our border. So what we're going to do after we've cut our 5 circles right here with the green blade on the inside track, that's how we did the yellow, we're going to use that same template and use that medium circle but with the blue blade. And then you have your choice of using your embellishments or not, but I am definitely going to use my embellishments. And because this one's so dark and has the moon, it's going to go at the very bottom here of the border. And this one I think is going to go second. And that way I can get some of that pretty pink on the top one. So I've already pre-cut mine so that this would go a little bit faster. But I just wanted to show you, isn't this beautiful? This color contrast right here. And then I skipped down to this section and I did one that has kind of the light blue and then one that's a little darker blue. So let me show you what those look like. Here's my light bluish one, and that will go next. And then my darker that has some other spots in it. So when you look from top to bottom, see how it starts out with that rosy pink and then moves down. This makes your circles look more interesting, I think, rather than have them all look exactly the same. Now your next step, what you're going to want to do is get your rolling sails border maker cartridge, slip it inside, and get some white paper and load it into your tray. Snap it back. Let's put it up here so that you can see how this looks. This is such a darling pattern. So cute. Okay, see how it kind of rolls back and forth. And what's kind of fun, and what I noticed that Chrislyn did, is each one of her little sailboats looked a little different as well. So you take the same template, which I call my number 2 template, or the middle one of your circles in your custom cutting system, and you're going to use the blue blade again. And it's all about where you place it, okay? If you place this, obviously, down here, you're going to get a different look depending on what the space is right here. So I do it so that there's about an inch-ish from here, maybe a little bit more than an inch. So let's try it. I'm going to put these 2 feet, the inside track, And then I'm just going to slowly come around and trim. So see how it gives it this cute rounded edge. And what will that cover? See how it covers. Let's put it up on that one. So you can see at the top how much that one covered. Now, if you don't want this much space, then bring it up a little bit tighter than I did that time. And let's try this one and see. You kind of just have to play with it and see where you like it for yours. Okay, that's a lot less. See, look at these two next to each other. It just depends on how deep you put your template or how much closer to the sailboats you put your template. So you play around with that and see kind of what you like. This one for me is a little bit too much because I just love this and I want to see it. So you can also, because this is white, just flip these over and kind of place them so it looks like they're rocking, which is fun. So I'm going to try this about like this. That's about where I like it. Yeah. That's where I kind of like it, right about here. So I'm not sure what that is, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Okay, so if I were to lay that on top of this one, you can see we have the big boat and then the little one, and I kind of reversed it for this. But I want to see those pretty colors, right? I don't want the white to cover up too much. So that's the way I would do it if I was making my own border here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a few more of these guys, and then I'm just going to put that together. Okay, maybe a little, and it's okay if they're not all exactly the same. That's okay too. Okay, so don't stress about it, but yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like where it's so you can see a little bit more of the color, because I just love these colors. So you just play with yours and see where you like them. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere these down so that they're a little bit more stable. Let's just put, let's see, this on the back of this. And if you have a little piece like this, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little white edge. Maybe you want to turn that to the bottom. It's not like anyone's really going to notice this. I mean, this is such a... But see, I can layer my little sailboat right here over that little part, and then you don't see it at all. So this is the little embellishment that I love so much. I'm going to put that in the center. And then this one, I want it to be, yeah, I want it to be this side because I want the little one over here. Now, if you want to, you could move it up as well. I'm just putting mine at the bottom. Okay. So isn't this a fun border? And you can vary this so many ways. You can put, you could make these squares instead of circles. Or there's the hexagon punch. That's kind of fun, actually, having a little lip there. Oh, should I do that? I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to make that one a little different. It's all about what you like, right? So they don't all have to be exactly the same, and that's what makes them interesting to look at. So I think I'm going to kind of do this on this side, yeah. So kind of make it like it's rocking going that way, the opposite. And then this is an embellishment as well. And I'm just sticking that in the middle. And then I'm going to place this on the inside. I don't know, the more I've done it, the more I kind of like that showing, but for the bottom one, I'm going to make it like I did the top ones. There's a little bit of white right there. Because I want to show the evening sky. And honestly, like nobody's going to say, ooh, why did you do that over there? They're not. I just kind of, this feels like it's rocking. This feels like it's down. Kind of like this, right? Isn't this so pretty? So I'm going to start at the top and just kind of try to space them so that they have kind of equal space. But you don't have to worry. Do this one at the bottom. This is repositionable tape. Yeah, these are fine. So if you feel like, ooh, you got it too close, you can change them. Oh, I just love these colors. They're so fun. Okay, isn't that just the cutest border? Okay. From top to bottom. I just think it's adorable. There's so many ways you can mix this up. Okay, can you see how easy that was? So fast. Start at 3 1/4, then do a decorative edge with the white at 2.75, then 2 1/2, then you use your medium circle pattern. That's what the light yellow is, inside track, green blade, and then slightly smaller inside track, blue blade, and blue blade. Okay? So easy. You could try the hexagon punch and do something similar, or you could put it in squares and do something like this. You could lay a picture right here in the middle and just do that one and the one at the bottom. So many ways to adapt this just to fit what you have. I took the very same formula and I had some Little Dreamer, some of this baby paper that I thought, oh, these little patterns would be so cute. And I wanted to create something similar to this using that Little Dreamer. When I got out all of these papers, there were some really cute ones. You can see there's some really pretty patterns in here, but all of the patterns were really pretty soft. Look how cute those little hearts are. They're so soft. And look at this one. I think this one's super cute. And so I thought, I need something that's a little more of a contrast, like, you know how I love blue, so I went hunting for blue. So what I found was my totally tonal blues, and I reached in here and found these two papers. This is kind of a linen-y color, and I thought that would be pretty. And then I loved this. Look how cute this is with the rolling sails, like a little polka dot. All of a sudden it's not beachy, but it's kind of little boy, right? Little babyish. So I used the same formula and created this same little edge, right? And a little bit deeper in here. And then I used some yellow with my Rolling Sails Border Maker cartridge. And here I didn't even put anything on it. I just thought those are such cute little prints. So I just put a little sailboat on the top and on the bottom. But I love how that turned out. What do you think? Then I wanted to experiment with all different kinds of papers, right? You start going and you think, ooh, I'm going to try something else. This is one of my favorite papers ever that came out last summer. I love the wood look and I love these summer colors. So I decided, what if I built something with these colors and just layered it? I just love this paper. So I thought, what about, remember this? This was the palm tree punch from last summer's incentive. I think it was last summer's incentive. And if you cut this in a circle, look how cute that looks. So that's kind of fun. And then I decided, well, why don't we pop some up on foam squares and add a little more contrast in between? That looks really fun. Did you guys pick up any of the new colors for summer? Look at this. They match perfectly. That tropical wave, lipstick pink, the marmalade. It's absolutely perfect for these bright summer colors. There'll be fun punches this July too, so just be aware of that. You can start making your wish list and making a plan. Usually that happens mid-July. And I did put on my Facebook page the pictures, some kind of sneak peek pictures. So if you haven't seen what the new tools will be for the promotion, go over there and check it out. Jeanette Ballard's Creative Memories and Forever. And you will see some pictures there of the fun new tools. This is when you get a free tool with your purchase, and they are exclusive, and this is the big deal of the summer. There'll be a beer stein punch, there will be an Adirondack chair, there will be a fishing punch, and the last one is the winery, which is kind of a cluster of grapes. So go take a look if you haven't already. It's always fun to see what's coming and to kind of plan out what you would like to do. Do you live on the West Coast? If you do, you might want to use that same punch. This is the in and out kind of logo look, and you can just do this in red and white and have pictures of your family at In and Out. That would be so easy. Or just stick it like right here, put a nice picture here or journaling box about your summertime. Girls, you're done. Just don't make it more complicated than it needs to. Just some cute little accents and get some fast pages done. Another fun punch, that dine-in punch. Isn't that cute with the red gingham? I picked that up out of the Sunrays for Days. That makes a cute accent. I grabbed my nativity punch and tried it with that and used some goldish paper. It looks pretty with the gold. I did that one in gold, and then I did one in bronze as well with this pretty kind of night sky paper. So they both work, right? Just for a pretty little accent. One quick idea that I wanted to share that I think turned out super cute is if you take that double fan cartridge and you punch it and then you just trim right in between the design right here. You can see how I'm doing that. And then you take those little pieces and you put them on a ring, like on a circle. So all I did here is I put adhesive. You can see there's repositionable tape right here. And then I just kind of made a little edge with them, kind of just barely overlapping here. And then when you flip it around, look how cute that is. I layered these circles. This is from the National Scrapbook Day collection, and gave this one a thinner border and this one a little more because I love plaid, and then that one kind of a medium. But when you use that little double fan edge, it kind of comes out like a little scallop, and you can use that as a border piece if you want, just kind of here with a nice border. Or I want to show you another idea in my book in just a second. I got to thinking, well, that was kind of fun doing that in a circle, and so I grabbed my photography chain and I decided to do one of those in a circle. And look how cute that turned out. Just layering those on the back, and you can fold them or tuck them or do whatever you want. And then I took some of those Feeling Bright embellishments that just came in my secret box and placed those, oops, I had one that fell, placed those kind of all around like this. I'd probably put this up on foam squares and then maybe stick this over here, under here, something like that. But you can see how you can make a little accent piece kind of turn into your title or focal kind of area, then grab some paper, do a few blocks of color, and you are done. I want you to be able to do lots of quick pages. Enjoy the process, but get a lot done this summer. I took Lauren Hines' Scrapbook Day class and made a base page here, and I thought it was darling. I love the little tags here, and I decided I would date it with some numbers up here at the top, and then I used one of the stickers here. I have a peekaboo pocket under here. I wanted to show what it looked like in February, right? Not that pretty on that side, but beautiful on this side by May, right? And I put some sticker letters here, and then I wrote a little bit about how my mom loves to garden and how grateful I am that she taught me to love flowers. So I love this 2-page spread, very simple to do. And then I thought, well, there's some space right here. Maybe I should do a little cluster. And then I thought of this, right? What if I put that kind of right in the corner? I kind of like the look of that, but I have yellow on yellow. So I made a little blue tag that I can stick here, just so you can see my darling little yellow edges right there. But I think that turned out really cute. I'm happy with it. I hope you've enjoyed these ideas. If you want more, go to my website for more inspiration at makesweetmemories.com, or check out my Facebook or Instagram page with the same name. I do have a self-paced class called Summer Daze that you can sign up for. Just email me and I'll help you get registered. If you've enjoyed this content, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when new videos are released. This tells YouTube you're liking what you see here, and they make it easier for you and others to find. Please feel free to share these videos with your friends and show them what you're learning so they can join in with us too. Go make some of your own sweet memories this summer. Thanks for watching.